knocking out all bums. Don't bring that weak shit in here.
4, 3, 2, kick it.
Yo, Chico, expose these clowns.
Attention! Boom, watch out! It's time for the Freddy Chico show to begin. Open up your ears and listen close. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watch these clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'm gonna give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watch these clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'm gonna give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I speak for the truth of my people, I will never quit. No fear in my heart, they keep talking while I'm living this. Kneel for the spirit of the fallen, calling Japanese. Them soldiers always raising up our Fifth Street analysts. They lost in the zone of a fatal state. True facts in the story only carry weight. Keep the grind on your mind each and every day. But don't copy off of mine, eat what's on your plate. Respect the Huey P. and Bobby Seale. Malcolm X and the King, cause the dream is real. What I said is what I said, and I mean it all. If you're looking for the real Freddy Chico show, I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watch these clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'ma give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watch these clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'ma give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show.
Don't like that. Welcome, welcome. Got this fan in the background y'all can hear. We're going to start this timer. I'll figure out this sound issue. Welcome, welcome. This is not cool. How the mic went out all of a sudden. Mind Games, what's going on, my man? I appreciate you in the building. You say not really. I'm not, really liking this sound here. I'm trying to figure out how to adjust it. Testing. Now it's going to do it. Okay, gotcha. I think I like that better. Does that sound better than before? Oh, you couldn't hear the fan? Oh, I hear it. Maybe that's just... okay, cool. Well, you know what time it is. It's Rep Your City time. Let people know where you're checking in from. Do me a favor, hit that share on Facebook and hit that like and subscribe on YouTube. You should turn the volume up. That's the highest it'll go. Put it more to my closer. Let me know if that sounds better. Let's see if I can turn my left headphones up. No, the one on my left. My left. What about now? Is it better? Cali in the building. I see you. ATL in the building. ATL. Because you gotta say it like that. ATL is in the building. Welcome, Walter. We got a tough topic tonight. Some feelings might get hurt. Some people might get into their fifis. But it is an important topic we need to get we need to discuss. We need to talk about it. And some people have hit me up saying they really need to discuss this topic. So I'm hoping that they show up and we can do this. Mind Games, you say it's better. I appreciate it. All right, the time is up for the Rep Your City. We'll get into this topic. All right, the topic for tonight is fear blocking your spiritual growth? Is fear blocking your spiritual growth? And unfortunately, I did not have enough time to send this to my pastor so he could drop his golden nuggets. But we're going to dive right into this. Like I said in my live earlier today, that I had many different angles that I'm going to be taking, talking about this. But I definitely want to get you guys' input on your personal spiritual growth. Do you find yourself stunted because you fear, or fear is crept in? You find yourself stunted because fear has crept in, or fear is the cause. Fear of anything. Fear of a black man. No, that was an album. Fear of consequences. Fear of standing up for what is right. But since you asked, Walter, I'm going to answer that question. Fear of what? Fear of standing up to LGBT. Knowing what you know, do you have a fear of standing up to them because of the consequences that may come from it? What about you, Mind Games? I told you there's going to be different angles I come at this with. I hope you're ready. Brace for impact. You see, you get into it with pastors a lot about that. So does it cause you to slow down that speech, or do you continue and it doesn't affect the frequency or how how you address them? He said, I can see where I was paralyzed by fear at certain points that are contradictory of my faith, like not pursuing certain things due to fear of rejection. Got you. Thank you. They fear what comes from the 501c. What do you mean? Elaborate on that. What they fear that they will lose their 501c? All right, welcome back, Mind Games. What is it that you find in your spiritual walk that may be blocked by fear? Do you feel that fear is blocking you from doing or saying anything? This is what we want to discuss tonight. Fear is definitely a mind killer. Yep, I agree. Talk yourself right out of doing some things and not realize. Um, no different than like when card players, talk about bluffing in what is it? What is the popular card game? Well, I'm drawing a blank. Poker. I don't play poker. Can you remember what it is called? Where somebody may think they have a certain hand. Thank you. I appreciate it. And find out they didn't have it, but they just look like they did, or they bet a lot of money making you think that they have a better hand just to make you fold, and then they don't have nothing. Fear lost that for you. You said if you look up churches apologizing to LGBT and MNLP as an organization, I mean, many believes it is pretty pathetic. And and to me, people are like, what's the harm? When I talk to young people, and they're like, yeah, well, I mean, what's the big deal? Because there's nobody else, standing firm on any kind of belief. It's just like we could be anything. We could be especially this phrase that people like to use. I identify as this. I am comfortable as this. So we can just pick. Like I identify as a Decepticon. Megatron is my leader. Y'all gonna address me as a Decepticon. I'm a Transformer. You said not operating in your gifts due to fear. You have been in that position before. Okay, so you can relate. You're saying yes. There's definitely times where fear has snuck in and stopped plans, stopped destiny in certain cases. You were destined for this, or delayed it. Didn't stop it, but delayed it um, because of fear. You said most people never take a chance in life based on the fear, correct? The working. You said, yeah, they're trying to take away Mr. and Mrs. Yeah, that don't even make sense. You know, and how many people are just like, okay, fine, let's just go with it because we don't want to appear to be a hater or a homophobe. Oh, and I don't know if y'all are around where I was saying there's a new definition for homophobe in my opinion, not the way they try to describe it. Not the way they tried to describe it, but homophobia is the fear of speaking out against the LGBT. That's homophobia. Not this, you're fearful of somebody who practices that lifestyle. No, you're fearful to not say anything derogatory towards it. Yeah, me neither. Mind Game said that, and it wouldn't surprise me because they're trying to make genderless bathrooms, whatever, so men and women can be in the same bathroom as long as they identify as something else. They can, go in whatever bathroom they want to. That's ridiculous. Don't be like, I'm a ma'am. No, you're a sir, sir. And that's where I don't think that's a coincidence that girls are calling each other bro. They're confused. And I let them know that. They're confused. Bro is gender specific. It's a dude. Sis is gender specific. It's a woman. You know. No dude is going around calling each other sis. Unless he practices that lifestyle. But you got the girls calling each other bro. Nah, bro. It doesn't mean a specific gender. What is it short for? Yes, and boys call girls bro too. And that's just as retarded. That's almost as bad as black men calling black women the N-word. You said that could be wrong, but I believe if your church has a 501c, that it's tricky to avoid avoid having to bow down to the entities like the LGBT. Well, I can't speak on what I don't know. I don't know if that is the case. I've heard it as rumor that you have to, watch how you say certain things if you want to keep your 501c status. But I think it could be made up too for people who are too cowardly to stand up because they don't want to lose those members in the pews. You said people like the easy way of life. You said you're a spiritual person. You tap into your inner self. Okay. Yeah, you showed me that crap. I don't even want to see that. They're coming up with attachments for babies. Who is Bussy Boy? Yeah, that's that southern slang. I'm not sure. All I remember is that Applies had a song called Bussy or something. I think Bussy Baby or something. I don't know. Bussy Boy. Is that the name of the attachment? That's terrible. Well, somebody said Bussy something. And Bussy, Plies is old. He's feminine as I don't know what, but I guess so, huh? Never a fan of that dude. You said Bussy mean hat men, gay men, people who fear that what they don't understand, and that's just across the board. People fearing what they don't understand. Um, Although when we talk about, and I'm gonna have a video just on that. Yeah, he was just as bad too. Terrible music. Um, so I guess you showing your age talking about Juvenile. He said, at my job, you have to call a person by what they identify as or as job discrimination. I thought I felt something crawling on me. It's a little fly. Mm-mm-mm. You say you believe it's the same at your job? Yeah, that's interesting because then at the same time, you know me, um, I feel like Spider-Man in the Avengers things like, oh, we all gonna be making up stuff. All right, so I'm a Decepticon. How about that? Dude says he's a lady. Lady says he's a dude. I'm a Decepticon. I'm an Autobot. Autobots, roll out. Um, I'm not really familiar with how it started. I just see a lot of this stuff where he's really just going in on everybody, and it's I guess going viral every time he opens his mouth. So I'm just saying, I'm an Autobot. You know what I'm saying? Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, um, Wheeljack, Ironhide. You know, mm, y'all don't know nothing about no Transformers. Yeah, and that's ridiculous. And people kept saying, "Oh, that's crazy. We're just going too far by claiming that pedophiles will soon get rights or be getting rights." That's ridiculous. And but although, like Walter has posted, they were supposed to get one of the letters in the in the abbreviation, and I don't think that's there because it was supposed to be like LGBTQP or something, but now they got IA. You know, I'm like, y'all just taking off every letter. Like, how many letters, y'all gonna try to come up with? Um, that they're allowed to be, um, that it's not a crime to, um, and I'm just guessing, I'm just speculating, that it's not a crime to have sex with underage boys or girls, you know, because they're born that way. Not a fan of that. Yeah, I hope, I wish, because I fear none of y'all, and I can show you better than I can tell you. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You know? So I wish they would come to see. Uh, hello, I'm 35. I'm here to see your 15-year-old daughter. Oh, yeah? Stay right there. I'll be right back. Where you going? Where you going? Oh, no, 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 no. Go stay right there. Stay right there. I'll be right back. You said you're 35? Okay. You don't want to meet. You don't want to make it to 36. I see. In churches, I speak at black people tells me that their faith and spiritual growth is challenged because other blacks say they aren't black for believing in Yeshua, yes, Emmanuel. And that goes for my son as well. I mean, granted, he's 19 now, but when he was 15, 14, like, yes, I'm 35 and I like your son. Hold on one second. Stay right there. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, this is how I am. This is how I was born. I have to sleep with somebody that's not even developed yet. And I was trying to hold out for someone to chime in, but I think they chickened out. Connection. Um, but if y'all can look in the archives, I am pretty sure I addressed this then. 2016. The beginning of 2016, I believe. Speaking on the black clergy that went up to Washington to speak to Trump about prison reform. He said Lil Nas X was succeeding in taking youth from the church. Talking to some of the boys in the church is tough. It can be. More people think, more people I think is turning to other religions and beliefs. What is this? But um, but I had some conversations with clergy here because at least one mega church pastor from Georgia was a part. I think there was a couple from South Carolina, a couple from Florida, and I don't know where the other dudes was from. But there had to be like 8 or 9 different mega church pastors that were there. Ask me how many people stood up for Christ. Ask me how many people stood up for their belief in God. I'll wait. Ask just take a guess. I want you to type in chat. Take a guess at how many of them spoke up for truth. People's faith is weak nowadays. Most people don't believe in themselves. I agree. You said traffic sucks right now. Oh, hey, be careful out there, man. Don't mess around because of this um, show. Not worth it. Pay attention to the road. Looks like we got a winner over here. We got a winner. Absolutely zero. Not one of them individuals, because I'm growing. I used to have other things I would describe them, but not one of those individuals stood up for truth, stood up for God, stood up for Christ. Now we're not talking about part-time pastors. We're not talking about Easter, Christmas, and just Easter and Christmas Christians. These are mega pastors that have thousands of members in their congregation. He said most of these do chicken out, And granted, everybody's not rah-rah. So I'm not trying to say, hey, if that is not your style, personally, you have like Joel Osteen. I don't think even Joel Osteen would have been that cowardly, you know. Because even when they came at him about the, the flood and the tornadoes in Texas, he responded, you know. I mean, Kevon Stage was like, pull up on your boy. Pull up on your boy. Me and Victoria, we got them hands. We got them hands. So most churches nowadays are looking for the bag, and that is sad. They went up there for to get paid. Now, I can only speculate because I don't know for a fact. I wasn't their financial people. But to me, it looks like they went up there for a payday. Not that they actually needed money, but because Trump wanted them to come up there to patronize blacks, and they said, hey, if you come out there, we'll pay you this. Just, just sit around this table and kiss his butt for a little bit, and we'll break you off, something, give you that bag that they're chasing. He said there's a big problem in the church with the women who have LGBT, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, kids wanting men of God to be like D. Wade. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you sent me that little link or what have you, where D. Wade is like, supposedly, he doesn't believe men should be the head of household. He believes women should be. He said probably 0-1. The Bible predicted this. Now Tabernacle of Worship. So, and you're right here. So you're welcome to tune in Sundays 12:30. Pastor Brown, senior pastor. We don't do that over here. I would never be a part of some organization that did that. I would have to agree with you. You said Dwayne Wade, like, I'm gonna say looks like Bussy, so, or his behavior is that, which is what equates to the LGBT or the G, right, of the LGBT. But I was told to stand down and, give it a shot, because one of the clergy was so far up Trump's behind, he was like, Trump is the most pro-black president ever in his whole life. He has never seen one that was more pro-black till he met Trump. And all those other pastors were sitting there, and not one of them looked at him like, have you lost your ever-loving mind? At least stand up and walk out, something. Like, nah, I'm not here for them games. Not one. Not one of them stood up and left, said nothing. Nothing. And I had a small conversation with one of those pastors, and I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to behave. But he didn't have much to say. He had no answer for it. Said first Clinton, now Trump is black. No. And I didn't like when they called Clinton black just because he played a saxophone. So what? White people can't play saxophones? And then the other was that because he is allegedly unfaithful to Hillary, that's supposed to be associated with black? But who stands up for it? Rarely anybody. Just accept that crap. See, churches often a country club. Why do those churches have thousands of members? I can't even answer that one. But it was like I said, it was 8 to 9 preachers. All of them got thousands of members. We're not talking about 100 here, 200 there. I'm talking about thousands of members, multiple services. Huge buildings, parking lots, auxiliary buildings, all kind of stuff. But you get up there in front of the president and you're quiet. You don't say nothing. And it's not like, okay, maybe they didn't know, or maybe he hadn't shown all this stuff during the primaries and getting elected, the stuff that he's going to do that was so racist in nature that got him nominated in the first place, yet they said nothing. Absolutely nothing. But had no problem going, walking their behind right back into their churches and talk about be brave. Like, don't mention David in out your mouth after you did that. David had courage. He didn't believe his brothers and the soldiers that he was not good enough to defeat Goliath. But all those pastors, they basically were those soldiers. They got up there and was like, nope, we are scared of Trump, so we're not going to say nothing. Matter of fact, we're not only we're not going to say nothing, we're going to kiss his behind. And it was so disappointing hearing a specific clergy, because I don't want to clue you in on who that is. People know who I'm talking about. For this individual to go over the top kissing Trump's behind. And I'm like, extremely disappointed. Now, best case scenario, or just to give him the benefit of the doubt, or just to say, nobody's perfect. There's times where I have missed my opportunity because I got surprised or shocked, or the opportunity was there and I wasn't ready. I don't think this is one of them, but maybe he caught him on a bad day. Maybe he was ready to say something, but then something else happened and it shook him. And his plan went, south. And so, what's going on, Dap? Come on now. Talk to me. Elaborate on that. You can't just leave me with that. You got to talk to me about that one. Let's talk to me about who, or if you want to, who are you calling a punk? Who are the punks that you are referring to? He said they think black people will fall for anything. Some will. We've shown them that. We've shown that some will fall for anything. So is there 2 people in there? I don't see 2 people. Maybe it's me and you. Alright. He said, I'm getting tired of doing family ministry, and the wife or girlfriend of a man asked me to see if their man can be more loving and understanding towards LGBT. So the wife or girlfriend is trying to get you to make their man become more loving and understanding to the ABC crew? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. For the girlfriends, it's like, run. Get rid of that one and run. That's a bad start. That is a bad start. Because, at the same time, it's like, I can understand respecting someone who does something that you don't agree with. That's one thing. But, absolutely, he said, okay, that's what you define it as a punk. Any clergy that will throw their flock under the bus for notoriety. Okay. fly. But you know what I'm saying is like I'm not saying I'm a supporter of hating that lifestyle or disrespecting or oh, you finally found your way in here, Joseph. I appreciate it. Remember to hit that notification button. You won't have to worry about it. Just click on the notification and you come right on in. But welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about is fear blocking your spiritual growth. That you said or money. People where the elevator doesn't go so high as target, they get their spirituality snatched. But so I mean, like I said, it's not. I'm not promoting disrespect to the lifestyle. And understanding doesn't mean agreeing. Like, I understand this is how you feel. You feel you were born that way. You feel it is not a choice. Good for you. Do that over there. I have no problem with that. I have a problem when you're like, I have to agree with it and promote it and teach it and learn it. Like, no. Like Tracy Morgan. No. Just no. The lifestyle of LGBT, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All them lifestyles. But yeah, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dap. Did any of those clergy speak up? Did any of those clergy, at the end of the day, they were like, well, hey, give them a chance because they're there speaking for prison reform. And they're going to get a lot of falsely imprisoned black men and women out of prison. Did y'all see any get out of prison except for those two that they paraded at the State of the Union address? They had one black dude and one black female, and they said they got out of prison early. Where's the thousands that this thing was supposed to assist? And when they finally saw the bill, the final bill of what was supposed to be passed, only 5% qualified for any type of reduction. Not free, reduction. But we're supposed to be encouraged or empowered by him looking out for blacks. By that one rapper you have from California, I believe so, Walter. What's going on, Jackson? Welcome. Haven't seen you in a minute. They got white folks out. Oh, wow. So all those black clergy went up there to get white folks out. Interesting. He said most clergy are undercover. That is not good. And I don't care. Oh, cool. It actually reset everything. Oh, that's awesome. I don't care if Trump briefed all the pastors. What God do you serve? Like David said, does he not know the God that we serve? Apparently, all those pastors did not know the God that they served. All of them. Justice is biased. Bunch of rhetoric saying anything to get attention. He said, you've been A-OK. Kids seen a lot of bull crap. Okay. I think we lost Mind Games Uncut. Oh, you still there? Gotcha. I know you're still on Facebook jail, so you gotta go to YouTube. Hey, you saw what I said earlier. I'm gonna be working on getting on Twitch as well. So we're gonna be on 3. I have to work that out and be able to see all 3. Maybe even get a different setup in here. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I probably could do something like this. Maybe. Let's say do that. You said your stance is the same as mine? So if you guys know about Twitch, DeQuintus has been working on himself for the past year. He told me he was going to school me on it, so I got to knuckle down and get that going. Yes, please do hit the like button and share. That's right. Got distracted by that. Uh-oh. Better late than never. But welcome, Pastor. Pastor is in the building. He said it's important to know and see who God is, but it's also important to truly know and see yourself too. Okay. Can we unwrap that a little bit? And first part it says it's important to know and see who God is. If you do not know who God is, that is a first stumbling block you're going to have in conquering fear. Not knowing who God is. You know I had to get you. And seeing who God is. Evidence. Not what somebody else told you, but experiencing Him for yourself. Seeing His effect, seeing His ability will be different for every person. So I can't tell you who God is to you. You have to experience it for yourself. Second part, it's also important to truly know and see yourself too. Because a lot of times people are carbon copies of somebody else. They see somebody else hooping and hollering on the stage, and they go, oh, I need a hoop and holler on stage. That's not you. You're just copying somebody. I have no idea if that person knows what he's doing. Because he could be copying somebody who could be 100% wrong. But you don't know who you are or can't see yourself because you're trying to mimic somebody, not mimic God. You said where the rapper called out all the preachers by name, different. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. I definitely want to. I think purchase. He. You can actually purchase his songs. There's a couple songs I want to buy from him, and put on my MP3 player or whatever. Absolutely, because when you actually have a relationship with him, you find who you are in him. In him. Because we are all different. We all have a different plan. We may be similar in some things, but we all were created for our own individual plan. Because if we all had the same plan, there will be no need for all those. You just need one. To do that one plan, and that's it. Sometimes our plan is to ignite somebody else's plan. You know, because a lot of times people want the plan to be them front and center, stage. You know, all the press and props, when their plan may be to be the background. And let that person shine. Because that's his plan, not your plan. And that's okay. Because God will take care of you. He said that remember that apart from God, we can do nothing. I know everybody's a legend in their own eyes. But without God, you've already lost. And so many are lost. You know, they say going to get the lost is because they don't know him. Dap is back. Welcome back. Welcome back. He said sometimes church itself is the detriment. Right, and that's like they said in the first part of it. It's like if you don't know who God is, it's easy for you to be swayed by the left and the right. Because you don't have no basis to compare. If you don't know God's voice, anybody can talk to you and say, hey, follow me and do this. Well, you got 10,000 people doing it, and they all claim to be from this church. I must have to do that too. Because I want to, have a relationship with God, and apparently all 10,000 of these people believe in doing this. It's understanding our purpose in God. Okay. He said the world is a stage, and we got to play our part. Most people are living but don't know their purpose. And that's a sad truth that, and it's not hard to fall into that rut because there's so many things to distract and so many people that appear to be winning and they're not morally correct. So it kind of leads people to go, if they can be immoral and still get what they want, why can't I? And it seems like it's a lot easier than doing the right thing. Was it Jonestown or Jamestown? You talking about Jim Jones? It was Jones? I didn't know it was Jones. I thought it was something else. Um, wow, Jonestown. Okay, because of Jim Jones, I guess. All right. Where he made him drink the Kool-Aid, and all those people, that there was some refused and they got shot for refusing, but some drank the Kool-Aid no problem. I don't even know if that's where the term came from, drinking the Kool-Aid, but some drank the Kool-Aid, didn't ask no questions, knew it had cyanide in it, so didn't care. J- um, Jim Jones said, drink the Kool-Aid, they drank the Kool-Aid. Some probably were feared for their life. It was like, duh, if you drink the Kool-Aid, you're gonna die. So how is that different than them shooting you? Other than you don't feel it, I guess. And who knows what does it feel like to die from drinking cyanide? I'm pretty sure it's not painless. Could be wrong, but I don't think it was painless. Drinking a poison. He said Romans 11:33, the Holy Man Christian Standard Bible, a hymn of praise. Oh, the depth of riches, both of the wisdom and the knowledge of God. How unsearchable His judgments and untraceable His ways. Yeah, that's not painless. That is not painless. To suffocate? Are you kidding me? Yeah. But they had all walks of life in that church. Black, white, Asian, all of them in there. Even killed a senator who was trying to report. That is just ridiculous. But fear, because some guy said he's the second coming of Christ, and he looked like Brad Pitt, people followed him. Now, I would believe if I was in that time, they would look at me crazy like they're looking at me now when I told you I didn't think nothing was going to happen when those clergy went up there to talk to Trump about prison reform. Now, what happened to going up there and talk to him about some reparations? Do you not know the God that you serve? We're just now talking about reparations. This last, 3-4 years tops? Maybe a little bit longer. But the Asian bill got passed, no problems. But they say the Republican Party is not racist. You said, how do you feel about blacks being too forgiving? We are too forgiving. Too forgiving. Like that preacher that wants to slowly address the Confederate monuments or whatever at Stone Mountain Park. They got a dude. He's got to be like 70 something years old. So, and I hope that's not true. But he says the Asians got $31 billion. $31 billion. Because of the Crime Act they got passed. $31 billion. What would that equate to blacks? Because I don't know if there's more Asians than blacks in this country. No. According to this, there's 12% that's black in this country. 5.6% is Asian. And they got 31 billion. 31 billion. Yeah, this thing said 5. But still. That's still lower than 12%. I don't know where that 31 billion went either. You said you'll never live and fail. You've been there. Got you. That helps. You know, experiencing it does help. I do not know where the 31 billion went. Absolutely, Trump is a cult leader, and his followers are seriously dangerous, and still to this day. And I see him every day. I see him every day. I have another meeting tomorrow where they will be discussing, you know, how they're going to be helping veterans, you know, Democrats and whatnot. We're going to see. I'm going to bring it up. How much did we get? Check your bank account. It's in there. When you say there's nothing been changed, yep, that's what we got. Nothing. So there are people who have God and live in fear. Yes and no. Because ultimately, if you're truly in God, you will not have fear. But there are people who, you know, nobody's perfect. There's, you know, everybody has weaknesses. Your weakness might not be the same thing as my weakness. See, now that's racist. Not every Asian owns a nail salon. Although I need to get hooked up, so you know, I might have to come through and be like, hey, let me see where this 31 billion went to. I got some upgrades or something up in here. I'm just saying. I need to see some upgrades. You said fear is spiritual. Elaborate. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to have to hold that thought. It is now 9 o'clock. Appreciate everybody that was here. Do not have a topic yet for Wednesday, but you know it's Relationship Wednesday, so if you have something on your mind, let me know. Appreciate you, Sonny, Joseph, Walter, Jackson, Mind Games Uncut, Dap, Pastor. Don't want to forget anybody. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me and contributing. Shout out to everybody in here. Please go to the FreddieChicoShow.com and buy a shirt, hat, bag. Show your support. Tag me in it when you get it. All that good stuff. Oh, and before I forget, and even though it's on Monday for religious topics, there will be. Hold up, drum roll. Freddie Chico underwear. Only because Walter wanted some. We're still working on a design for it, but yeah. And I do not want to see any pictures. Do not send me any pictures when you get these underwear, okay? Do not do that. Please don't. But I try to help everybody out. You know, you ask, and I try to make it happen. You know, he said, I thought it was a hate crime bill that was passed in general, not specific to any race. No, there was one that was a hate crime bill that was passed in Georgia, but the Asian was something different. To my understanding, it was just for the Asian hate within this last year. why all these darn commercials and things. And who knows, maybe some of the 31 billion went to all these ads to talk about Asian hate. He said, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but love, power, and I don't think you said that right. And a sound mind. We have one destination, but different visions and goals. Okay. You better not. You send me no pics. I'm gonna block you. I'm telling you, I'm gonna watch you purchase up things. I ain't receiving no pictures from Walter. I'm just saying. That was a federal bill. The church is not church anymore. The Bible says, "My sheep hear my voice." Absolutely. I don't know. We need, because they're they're fearful. They're afraid. You know. Not sure what that means, but I appreciate y'all. Remember, I say you don't have to think like me, but you do have to think. You're never too old to learn. You're never too young to teach. We will be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. I see y'all Wednesday. Love y'all. There's nothing y'all can do about it. Chico out.